WhatsApp car to 39222 or call 08600 60,000 today for great premiums and awesome service from a brand you trust.
Mike Adamson will handle the whistle for this deal in Dublin. The 37-year-old, who is a former Scotland Sevens player, will be assisted by AJ Jacobs and Daniel Carson, while Neil Patterson is the TMO.
There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it. Many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta rise a little.
History is being made as the Vodacom Bulls travel up to Dublin for the very first time in front of a hostile 40,000 strong crowd and kick off their Vodacom United Rugby Championship campaign against 8-time Pro Rugby champion juggernaut that is Leinster. Welcome to Bullseye TV, wherever you are, wherever you may be listening. My name is Mark Nankaro. I'm joined as always by Khulekani Hlongwane.
Back at home, back in the studio, Marcos. Unbelievable to be here with you, Mark. And what a tournament that we have, what's called in the fold. You know, Marcos, we've dominated Sanzar. We now going to try to dominate Northern Hemisphere rugby, you know, coming up, as you said, a juggernaut of European rugby in Leinster. I'm so excited. You know, we've been chatting about this for weeks on end. You know, in Currie Cup rugby, you know, we played so much domestic rugby, and now we finally get to go overseas and go on tour and play some proper rugby.
Yeah, we can't look ahead before we look behind us. And of course, the last time we watched the Vodacom Bulls play was at Loftus Versfeld. The Carling Currie Cup final, we lifted Currie Cup number 25. And I think going into that game, while everyone, well, maybe not everyone, but most people predicted a Vodacom Bulls victory, I think few could have predicted the amount of records we would have smashed in doing it. The largest winning margin in Carling Currie Cup final history, the first team to go back-to-back in 17 years, and the first team to win 2 Carling Currie Cups in 1 calendar year. What an incredible result that was. And Keke, what was your biggest takeaway from that game?
My biggest takeaway was the W, Marcus. You know, to get the W on Loftus Versfeld, Currie Cup number 25, you know, against a big rival of ours at the moment. It was unbelievable to be sitting there with you, you know, with the whole Bulls family. Wow, what a time. And now, Mark, we're just looking forward to this encounter, boy. We've just been frothing for this, boy.
Well, speaking of this encounter, let's have a look at Leinster, our opponents today. As we said, they are 8-time Pro Rugby champions. Incredible team. But what do you think is their biggest strength going into this?
I think, Mark, I think they play similar type of rugby to us in terms of keeping it tight in the tight encounters and working off the 10 But I think where they are the best at is just like at ruck time. You know, they're very well drilled, super well drilled rugby side with a grade 10, and yeah, I'm excited to see this, Mark.
Well, let's go through that Leinster lineup. number of names to look out for. I think Andrew Porter's one. Of course, he's a player with international experience. So is Sheehan. So is Alan Alalatoa. Michael Alalatoa. His brother Alan, of course, played for Australia. You're looking at James Ryan. I think is the big superstar name in there. He's got an engine on him, playing for the British and Irish Lions. Made a name for himself there. Caelan Doris, Josh van der Fleer in the pack. He's a workhorse, similar to Michael Hooper. And in the back line, of course, Johnny Sexton. He'll pull the strings. And watch out for James Lowe on the wing, the Kiwi who plays his rugby now for Ireland. He's electric.
Yeah,
Once you take to that Bulls team.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when in the Bulls team, I'm looking at the Viking at 3 at Mornay Smith. You know, you're looking at guys like the return of Val Steenekamp, the big enforcer. He's back. You know, no disrespect to Janko Swanepoel, but we've got Val's back now. You know, we've got a big guy who can just carry the ball over the advantage line. In the back line, you know, great back line. We speak about the three centres of Lionel Marpool, Cornel Hendricks and Harold Foster, and then obviously David Krill, the second pivot, who's been an absolute beast of a player this year.
Well, if you are looking at that lineup, the one name that's going to jump out at you is, of course, Bismarck du Plessis. Yeah. We are all chomping at the bit to see this man go. And Gege, I'm going to let you take us away because I know he's a childhood hero of yours. What do you make of the signing, bring him over to the Vodacom Bulls, making his debut today, and that selection in general?
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it in my starting line because of this segment, Marcos, because Bismarck du Plessis is an absolute beast. You know, as a schoolboy, playing too, you can't not appreciate what Bismarck du Plessis brings to the rugby field. You know, line out time, over the ball ability over the advantage line. You know, his presence, the way he leads the physical attack is just an absolute treat, and I can't wait to watch him in that beautiful kit today.
Well, speaking of Bismarck du Plessis, let's move on to set piece battles and starting with line-out time and scrums as well. But I think in terms of set piece, we really dominated in that Carling Currie Cup final. Line-out was exceptional. We stole 4 line-outs against the South Sea Sharks. Shout out to Janko Swanepoel, Rua Nokia. Those boys were brilliant. But set-piece battle in terms of scrummaging, when you've got a guy like Mornay Smith, who's such a shrewd operator on the tight end side, and Gerard Steenekamp coming into the fold, and you've got so much depth at both tight end, but especially at loose head. Where do you see the battle lines being drawn? And going up against, a much vaunted Andrew Porter, Sheehan, and Alalatoa.
Yeah, Marcus, it's going to be a game. Which the lines are completely drawn in the sand in terms of in the tight encounters. You've got guys like Ulrich Loh, like you said, Marcus, coming up against Doris, and the Bulls team today is going to have to keep their mitts about them, Marcus. I think the main thing, it's going to be dynamism. The dynamism that they bring to the team, that Leinster brings to the game, against the physical brute force of the Blue Bulls. It's going to be a test match, I think, Marcos, in front of 40,000 people.
Well, a quick word on these Leinster locks, and they've got. Maloney might not be the biggest name, but of course James Ryan is an exceptional carrier. He's exceptional at line-out time. He's a brilliant player around the park. So I'm really excited to see how he goes. And I want to move one back to the loose forwards and have a look at that loose forward battle, starting with Marcel Coetzee. Because when you compare them to that Leinster back row, you compared man for man, Marcel Coetzee against Josh van der Fleer. They're both Energizer Bunnies, workhorses. You look at Rhys Ruddock against Anu Botha, both kind of blunt force instruments. You look at Ulrich Loh against Caelan Doris, better with ball in hand, bit more dynamic, explosive players. Comparing those two back rows, who do you think has the upper hand there?
Yeah, Mark, it's going to be tough to say. I haven't seen this Leinster team, to be honest, play. As a force. It's going to be interesting to watch them play against our brute force. Like I said earlier, that it's going to be brute force against their dynamism. They're going to be very quick over the ball. They're going to be chopping us at the legs. They're going to be rolling out quickly. They're just going to be up it today, Marcus. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle, Marcus. And especially the defensive structures as well are going to be insane to watch.
Moving on to the fly-half battle, Johan Goosen against Johnny Sexton. Those are two names that jump out at you. Starting with Johan Goosen, Sexton has the upper hand in terms of experience. Of course, 99 caps for Ireland. Johan Goosen, he's got the talent of maybe 1 in a billion, 1 in a 10 million kind of talent that you don't just find lying around. He is the talisman. He's the linchpin that brings everything together. All our attacking structure centers around him. So he's got that attacking flair. He can turn on when he needs to, but he can also play that territory game, be the game manager. That's a pragmatic game plan of getting us in the right points of the field. Sexton, of course, he has the physical edge as well, in that he's a brilliant defender.
And Sexton, I speak about players who bring calm over rugby field, guys like Mornay Steyn, Dan Carters, and Johnny Sexton is a legend of the game. Everyone, when you look at that lineup, his name jumps out. It's Johnny Sexton, and where I think that battle is really, really going to be won, it's going to be the kicking game inside the 45, Marcos. It's going to be who's going to split the post, who's going to get us territory. This is going to be a test match rugby, Marcos.
99 caps, plays 13 international caps. Johan Goosen, I think everyone
Sexy,
can
sexy.
agree that Johan Goosen deserves a lot more than 13 Springbok caps. But the last battle I want to chat about is at centre, and Lionel Mapu and Harold Forster. That combination, Lionel and Harold together, is kind of the glue of this backline. And those two working in tandem.
And how good were they last week?
They were
2 weeks
exceptional.
back, Marcos.
2 weeks back, yeah. They both each bagged some meat. They both scored a try and set the other up.
And the defensive ability, Marcos, how good were they on defense? In the midfield, Sharks had they were nowhere.
No answer.
No answer to what these boys were bringing to the fold. But Ringrose, guys like Ringrose, Mapu,
Gary Ringrose.
Yeah, Ringrose versus V Mapu is going to be what I'm thinking is the big matchup in the outside backs for sure, Marcos. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, those Leinster centres, one of them being Gary Ringrose, they're just, they're explosive players, they're ball players, but they're also brilliant defenders that can really step up, and it's going to be crucial for them to try and keep Harold and Lionel in check and kind of lock those two down, because if they're not up to it defensively, if we can expose a bit of a soft underbelly there in that Leinster midfield, it's going to be tickets for them.
Mark, you're right, because yes, Leinster will play similar. They'll try to keep it tight. They'll try to be physical. They'll try to match our physicality. But I think our outside backs, when our 12, 13, 14, 15, and 11 are I think, at the upper edge, for sure.
Well, sticking with attacking style and the way we play, one way that I've been really excited about our offloading game, but also just our attacking impetus, our ability to not just identify space, but exploit it as well. And that Leinster attack versus our attack is going to be a very interesting battle, because Leinster, there might be look at themselves as kind of being, I don't want to say a blunt force instrument, but a physical team that prides themselves on their set piece, predicated on defensive dominance, but they've got the ability to turn the screws and attack out wide. So I want to just skip ahead to their defense, because our ability to unlock that defense is going to be crucial today. Their defense, I think the one word I'd use to describe it is hustle. Their ability to get back on their feet. They've got a quick fold around the ruck. They get up, they get square. They don't commit too many members to the breakdown. They get up in your face and try. And it's not that outside-in defense, but it's certainly a rush defense that we're going to have to navigate today.
Yeah, Mark, and you've just hit the nail on the head. I think it's going to be a game of, which defense is going to crack first today. It's going to be a defense. It's going to be Joe Mangala against their defensive coach today, for sure. I'm sure, and I'm sure Uncle Joey has worked hard with the boys this week, in Ireland, and it's a big one.
So quickly, we just have enough time for Bullseye. KK, who are the two players in that Leinster lineup that we need to nullify this afternoon if we want to escape Dublin with a W?
Yeah, Marcus, and Bullseye, have to look at Johnny Sexton at 10, one of the best 10s of his generation. And some will say the best 10 of this generation, that's up for debate, but unbelievable 10, we know the calm brings over the field, his kicking ability. And then in the forwards, I'm looking at the 8th man, Doris. He's a brute force. He gets around the park, he's mobile, so I'm excited to see that. And yourself, my boy?
Yeah, I'm looking at James Ryan, first of all. I mentioned him in the second row. Of course, I've said it again, British and Irish Lions, stalwart, exceptional at line-out time. He's kind of the king of the air, so they're going to look to him to feed their line-out. But he's also going to be an absolute menace at the ruck, at the maul. It's his ability to kind of like a Mario Toge role of being a bit of a thorn in the opposition side. So we need to lock him down. That's going to be crucial today. I'm also looking at James Lowe. The Kiwi on the wing is now plying his trade for Ireland. He's a bit of a meat fridge on the wing. He's not the fastest boy around, but give him a bit of space. He's a big boy, a big physical customer. So he's going head to head with Madosh. It's going to be an interesting battle there. Let's have a skip over to a White Line Fever. KK, who are the two Vodacom Bulls players that are going to be a vital today?
I'm looking at the Viking at number 3. Mornay Smith. He's just such Mr. Reliable. He is Mr. Reliable at number 3, Game in, game out, scrumming ability. He will win you penalties all day, and rugby games nowadays are won at scrum time. And, and then in the back line, I'm looking at the big man himself, Lionel Mapu, who's just an absolute, obviously, he's had a great Currie Cup campaign. For me, top 2 best players of the Currie Cup campaign
Wow,
at
it's
the
a
Bulls.
big
Yeah.
call. I'm looking
He's
at
been so
Ulrich
good.
Low. He's been in the top 10 in so many categories. Turnovers won, he was second. Defenders beaten, meters gained. Defenders, carries made. So he's crucial for getting us over the advantage line, and that's the way we play. As we see the Vodacom Bulls run out in their away kit, in the white. Lastly,
quite
Johan
good, though.
Goosen. He's my other white line fever. He's going to be again a vital cog in this well-oiled Vodacom Bulls machine. KK, why don't you take us away? Let's have a look at these Leinster boys run out.
Yeah, these Leinster boys, obviously we run out first in that beautiful white kit. I'm actually liking the look of that, Marcos. And, the people in Pretoria must be so proud to see this brute force of a team taking on this Leinster team. If we can get a victory away here today, Marcos, especially after what happened this morning, it will be an absolute treat because we need something. Pretoria needs these boys to do well. Let's dominate Europe, Marcos.
Well, talking about kickstarting our campaign, kickstarting our tour, it's 4 away games in a row. If this game is going to set the tone, it's the most difficult game we're going to play on this tour, in my opinion. Possibly the most difficult game we're going to play all season. If we can get away with a victory, no matter how small the margin is, that would be a massive feather in the cap of Jake White and his Chargers. As we get ready for kickoff here, and a quick shout out to Puma. Today we are giving away 2 white Vodacom Bulls jerseys, the ones that you're seeing our boys playing in right now. We've got 2 to give away, so I think we're going to give it to the man or woman with the best comment or question for us, and make sure you share the post as well to go into the running for that. What a prize it is.
Yeah, definitely. And just ask your questions. Ask Mark some questions. ask Mark what he thinks. And yeah, the best question or word of support will win that beautiful kit that we see the boys wearing today.
Kickoff here in Dublin. They say there's 40,000 people there. We're seeing some empty seats at the stop. There we go, and immediately it bounced. It didn't. Johan Goosen's kick went straight out from the kickoff. Not exactly the way you want to introduce yourself to Europe, but we're going to have to see how we go here at scrum time. Immediately opportunity for the guys like Morne Smith and Gerard Steenekamp to stamp the authority.
Yeah, it's exactly. We need to stamp authority on this game. We need to have complete rugby dominance from the get-go, because if we give these guys a sniff, they will take advantage of that in front of their crowd. Yeah, Marcus, you were saying that the stadium's looking a bit empty, but I think a couple of the Irish buggers are probably still in the pub.
Looking at that scrum, Gerard Steenekamp, Bismarck du Plessis. First opportunity for Bismarck to impose himself in a Vodacom Bulls jersey. I never thought as a commentator I would ever mutter those lines.
A Sharks legend.
We're looking right here on the short side. Alan Alalatoa going up against Gerard Steenekamp, the man who previously plied his trade for the Crusaders. We'll have a reset. Both teams, of course, there'll be a bit of anxiety there. I think we're going to expect a couple drops here, a couple resets. They're going to be looking to, as I said, they're not going to want to give an inch.
and just chatting about Bismarck again, Marcus. How Bismarck said that Jake gave him the call and he was on his tractor to come play at Loftus. I mean, that's a great story.
What an opportunity!
Yeah.
37 years old, and I think they were talking about him being a bit of a mentor for the younger hookers in the team, the Grobbies, the Joe van Sales. I think he's actually eyeing another World Cup appearance in 2023 for the Boks.
I would love that. And the exodus of Dwayne Vermeulen, unfortunately, has and bringing Bismarck in, that experience,
Well, there's a penalty here at scrum time that's gone the way of Leinster. There's a bit of push and shove, bit of argy-bargy there, getting to know each other. Of course, Bismarck du Plessis in the thick of things already. That's not the way the Vodacom Bulls pack would have wanted to get things going. 2 minutes in, they give the penalty away. Johan Goosen probably overcooked the kick slightly from the kickoff. Not a great start for the Vodacom Bulls. 2 minutes in, probably a little bit of anxiety, a bit of nerves, playing in front of a hostile crowd.
Johnny Sexton, good kick, of course. He'll make sure for sure, and he finds distance. And this is going to be defensive time. Let's get our mitts about us and let's push these boys back, Marcus.
Having a look at that scrum again, looked like both tight head. Also, our tight head there, loose head, went down at the same time. I wouldn't have minded seeing a restart there. Here we go, first line out for Leinster. They immediately go to the number 4. Wrapping around, peeling off goes Kalen Doris. Big carry, the missed tackle from Marcel Coetzee. Need to slow this ball down a little bit. Another carry looks like Reece Ruddock, the physical blindside flank. Another carry. McGraw. tackling in midfield from the Vodacom Bulls. They're over it, but a penalty has
wasn't
gone
rolling,
against
yeah.
Bismarck du Plessis.
Yeah, just not rolling quick enough, wasn't he? He was just in the thick of things there, Marcos. Yeah, we're just not the best start, you know. We always speak about how we'd love to see the Bulls start games, you know, on the upper hand. And today, we've just seen the boys just starting on the back foot, you know. This Leinster team really, really, really very well drilled. We need to be careful.
Started with the big carry from Kalen Doris, their number 8. Got them over the advantage line, and then we just couldn't slow the ball down, and they were able to go through the phases quite quickly. Each carry got them a bit further into our 22. Good start for Leinster, especially for Doris. I think he's a man we need to shut down early. He's just 23 years old, played a lot of under-20 rugby for Ireland. He's a rising star, a budding international. We need to lock him down instantly. Opportunity here for Johnny Sexton to draw first blood. 4 minutes in, right in front of the posts.
You could put your house on
Yeah,
this,
you put your mortgage on him getting this. And it's over. Johnny Sexton draws first blood. It goes to Leinster. 3 points up over the Vodacom Bulls. 4.5 minutes in. Has not been a pretty start by any stretch of the imagination for the Vodacom Bulls. And I don't want to say this, but almost reminiscent of that very lackluster start that we had against Benetton for the Rainbow Cup final.
Yeah.
Those are memories we need to get out of our head instantly.
Definitely, Marcos. And Benetton had a good game today, didn't they? And Leonardo's phone. To all the fans, keep the comments coming. There are 2 white Bulls rugby jerseys up for grabs. To the best comment, the best word of support, and our producers will choose that lucky recipient of those jerseys. And as I said, that Leonardo's saying, "Come, Bussy, you're a Bull now," and I back him out.
Jan Goosen stabs a grubber through down the middle, cleaned up by McGrath, the scrum half for Leinster. Opportunity for them to get on the front foot. There's a little bit of space on wide. They go to the boot, dart one down the ground. It's going to dribble just about into touch. It doesn't. David Krill to clean up. He's countering. He's in trouble here. He's surrounded. He
he's
throws
done
the
well.
outrageous offload to Cornel Hendricks in the 22.
Around the back, mate.
Cornel
Jeez.
Wow. Davy Krill.
But David Krill's like you say, he could be an octopus. That man's hands are mad.
Playing like he's it's a Sunday afternoon on the beach with his brother. What an offload around the back. Collected in his 22-meter line. Wow. Vodacom Bulls live to fight another day. Here comes Leinster again via, looks like James Lowe. It's a good carry. Gets through 2 defenders. And again, it's a quick recycle for Leinster. And now there's space. It's opening up. They're looking to turn the corner. They've got numbers. That is an exceptional tackle. But Josh van der Vlier's cut through. He beats David Krill, misses the tackle, and van der Vlier's over.
Yeah,
6 minutes in, Leinster score an unbelievable try.
Yeah, Mark, it's just a well-oiled machine, isn't it? The way he wrapped around, how Josh van der Vlier just wrapped around the outside back there, and just, you know, he's getting that short ball, that outside ball, finds the gap, and he just gets the wheels straight over the whitewash. What a try by Leinster.
James Lowe setting it up, beats 1, beats 2. We just couldn't contain him. And it's the quick recycle. There's just no slowing down of the pill whatsoever. They're getting through the phases. And then it's easy to turn the corner. It was a beautiful tackle made initially. But Van der Vlier's got pace to burn. Davy Krill needs to do much better.
Someone gets sat here. Someone eats grass.
It's David Krill misses the tackle. He needed to make that. Van der Vlier's over. I warned you about this boy. He's lightning quick. He runs like a centre.
What a try, Marcos. Let's take him away as Johnny Sexton eyes the post.
How do the Vodacom Bulls respond? They're 8 points down. Likely going to be 10 points down from this Johnny Sexton conversion in Dublin against 8-time pro rugby juggernaut Leinster. How do we respond? We've hardly had the ball. We've hardly had any territory. It's been one-way traffic. We cannot allow this to be another Benetton situation.
No,
we need to get
can't.
on top of this immediately.
No, Mark, we really can't. This has been it's been complete dominance by them. The rugby dominance we've been looking for, they've just completely put on us. It's Johnny Sexton. Splits it.
Yeah, he's got
Mr. Reliable, isn't it?
Johnny Sexton pushes Leinster out to a 10-0 lead after 8 minutes at Aviva Stadium. Vodacom Bulls need possession. They need to find something within themselves. Brilliant offload, created it.
Yeah.
Leo Cullen, head coach of Leinster, will be very happy with that. Be very happy with the start. It's a dream start. Another missed tackle, this time Ruan Oke. He doesn't miss many. He was actually averaging over 10 tackles a game in the Carling Currie Cup. It's a brilliant stat for the
That is a
workhorse.
mad stat, especially for a lock. Jeez, to get
Again,
around.
Leinster trying to run themselves out of trouble here. Still in their 22. They're not scared to keep the ball in hand and go through the phases.
Yeah.
They've been getting a lot of quick recycle at ruck time. Porter, the Irish loosehead. Another missed tackle from the Vodacom Bulls. Joey Mongolo will be ripping any hair he has out of his head.
Yeah, Marcus. He's probably sweating like a gypsy with a mortgage, isn't he?
Here comes Johan Goosen. What can he do? Up and under. You had to say it, didn't you, Keiko? He gives the up and under. The chase from David Creel. Can he contest? He just about won it. Reece
Let's
Rodder
go now.
collects.
Oh.
It's scrappy. Leinster return. Johan Goosen. He's going to go to the boot once again. This time he's looking for distance. Finds it, but it is collected by Leinster. Here comes James Lowe. What kind of a boot is he? Looks hesitant to kick. It's a wobbly one. Finds grass. Goosen again. Does he go to the boot once more? He does. This time up and under. David
chasing?
Creel will chase once more. Lowe takes cleanly. Creel makes the tackle. Morne Smith makes another. All possession gone Leinster way, but that is a massive tackle by Walt Steenkamp.
Volt and Onuberta.
Porter again. Another missed tackle from the Vodacom Bulls. Missed tackles really stacking up now. They might have given away a penalty here, and they have.
Yeah, no, that was tough, wasn't it, Marcos? Ball was clearly not out there. Zach Berger, just getting ahead of his horses there.
Penalties and missed tackles really stacking up for the Vodacom Bulls.
Yeah, it's what you want to see in Dublin, Marcos. But it's still early days, Marcos. Just remember that. And to all the Bulls fans, just remember there's a group, a city of Praetorians who are just watching this team try and dominate this game. And yeah, it's just been a horrible and terrible start, hasn't it, Marcos?
Leinster go to the back of the line out. It's scrappy for
that's
them.
ours?
Have the Vodacom Bulls come away with it? They have. Ruan Oke, first real bit of possession we're trying to utilise. Ulrich Lowe, we go to the boot again, it's charged down. Leinster, O'Loughlin collects the right wing. Lionel
Mapu
Mapu
does
makes
well.
the tackle. Leinster still have the ball, they're going quickly. The pass doesn't go to hand, it goes out. Will that be a Leinster line out?
I think that's ours, Marcos. I think that could be ours.
That was, Johan Goosen just gets charged down. O'Loughlin, the right wing, pounces on it. Lionel Mapu did very well to
Great
get back and
recovery
make
there.
the tackle.
Great recovery by Lionel, isn't it?
Really under the pump now. The Vodacom Bulls feeling it. Hard yards here. Bismarck du Plessis, opportunity to feed the line out. Almost 12 minutes ago, 10 points down. Has to find his jumper. He does, but again, it's messy from Volt. And Leinster come away with it.
It's messy, Marcos. It's messy for the Blue Bulls. It's over that ref.
Bismarck tries to get over it, slows it down for a second. They go high for Sexton. Vodacom Bulls can't recover. Ringrose has it, and they've got numbers to burn. And Andrew Porter, the loosehead prop, scores the try, an unlikely candidate for it. I think we'll have another look at this, but
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot to look at there. But Mark, this is an absolute disaster defensively,
this is
isn't
an
it?
implosion at the
Oh
moment.
my goodness. This Leinster team have come to play. They're so drilled, like we said, they're gonna, any mistake you make, they're gonna pounce on it, This is European rugby now.
James Ryan made a mess of it at the line out. It was just scrappy. We just didn't have clean ball. They contest, and there's 5 Leinster players out wide to Gerard Steenkamp.
No, it's an absolute disaster, isn't it, Marco? So far, the boys really, Marcel could say is going to have to bring his boys together and just, let's reset. It's time to reset now. If there's ever a time to reset, is now. Or else it's going to get ugly very quickly, isn't it, Marcos?
I mean, the defense has just been appalling. There's been no defense, and it's very, very worrying signs here. Just 13 minutes in, Leinster scoring 2 tries and a penalty.
Yeah, and I think the tries given. We need to nullify our mistakes. Mistakes can't be made against juggernauts like Leinster, Marcus. If we want to play in the European Cup, we're going to have to win these games.
Johnny Sexton with an opportunity to extend Leinster's very comfortable lead.
Yeah, Marcus, Tian van Vieren, hello sir. Thanks for tuning in, saying second half Bulls will start playing. Hope it's not too late. Yeah, sir, we need to start playing now.
I think if we start playing in second half, that will be too late against Leinster in Dublin.
I can't believe what I'm watching.
Just haven't been in it, really. Just Vodacom Bulls just haven't had possession, haven't had territory. Lineouts have been a mess. Scrum penalty going against us. Missing our tackles defensively. It's been an all-round poor start.
It's been a mess. And they've just,
how do we recover is the big question.
Yeah, they've just been so disruptive, haven't they? Line-out time, ruck time. Yeah.
Restart by Johan Goosen. Marash Tambwe will chase. Doris. Again, another missed tackle. 2 missed tackles.
Come, boys. Up.
Again, Leinster just feeling that they can run from the 22-meter line unencumbered. Here they go again. That's a forward pass. Vodacom Bulls will have some reprieve there. Surely that's a forward pass.
No, I think his hands are going back there, Marcus.
Josh van der Fleer.
The momentum
Carry again.
is
And it's quick ball. It's a quick recycle. And they go to the boot. And they recover it. Does Doris and the offload. 6s and 7s is this Vodacom Bull defense. Looks like Ulrich is over it. We're going back for something. There's a penalty for offside, it looks like.
Yeah,
and we can breathe a sigh of relief because once again, backpedaling.
Marcus, the Loftus darlings are huffing and puffing. They don't know what has hit them. There has been a storm. There's a tornado that has hit the Blue Bulls.
Immediately, Johan Goosen, we have to go for the line, and we do. We need a try here. We need a response. It's as simple as that. Sexton just darts one through. It's perfect for Doris, who's been absolutely everywhere this
And he's
afternoon.
on wheels. I'm so surprised. Jeez. He's out running outside backs there, Marcus.
I think the Vodacom Bulls are struggling right now to match the intensity that Leinster's been bringing. Just falling off tackles. We need to get back some aggression, some intensity, slow the game down a little bit. We need to remind these boys that you're playing against the Vodacom Bulls.
Yeah, for sure, Marcus. We need to make them know.
And
It
we're
must be known.
not the Salsy Sharks.
No, we're not the Salsy Sharks or that horrible team from the coast. Those two horrible teams, the other horrible team from the coast. We're the Blue Bulls. We are 25-time Currie Cup champions, 4-time Super Rugby champions. Come on, man, boys. And we've got some territory here. Let's make use of it now, Marcus.
A bit of possession for really the first time. Possession in an advantageous position. We are looking at something here. The last thing we need. Well, that's not a high shot. If that's what's being reviewed, it is certainly not a high shot.
We might as well play touches, Marcus?
Yeah. There's no high shot there from Lionel Mapu. That's play on. If we're going to start, looking at that, then rugby's. As we know, it's not a contact sport anymore. Bismarck du Plessis to feed the line out. They go to the front to vault. Marcel Kutsia peels away with it. We need to go through the phases now. Zachberger goes down the blind side. Big carry there. Gerard Steenekamp. Berger again. He's got quick ball. Morne Smith gives the offload going. Vodacom Bulls on the front foot for the first time in 15 minutes. Marcel Kutsia, big carry. Sorry, it's Gerard Steenekamp. Zachberger. Marcel Kutsia gets over the advantage line. Ulrich Low, first opportunity for him to get going. He gets held up, but he's down, his knee's down. So
Ref, you release your... And yeah, they're just double hitting us, Marcos. They're so
And just not committing numbers.
Yeah, not at all double hitting us.
Once again, they double. Their arms out. It looks like it was a high shot, and Harold Forster, who keeps going, keeps the legs pumping. Go back for the penalty.
Yeah.
Got to go for the line once more here. Unfortunately, we're chasing the game after 17 minutes. Can't take the foot off the throat here.
For sure, not Marcos. This is a huge part of the game. If we want to get any sort of momentum, we need to make this territory and this line out has to work here. We need to get some points on the board.
With the guillotine tackle. I'm just trying to take Harold Forster's head off his shoulders. Bismarck, and it's contested and stolen by James Ryan.
Come on, boys. Gombala.
You have to feel that perhaps the late inclusion of Bismarck du Plessis, I don't know if that's, Waldstein coming back into the lineup. Maybe there's a lack of synergy at line-out time that hopefully they'll get on the same page soon. Marosh Tambwe, safe as houses, back in the 22-meter line, but there's 3 Leinster players over it. They're unsuccessful. Vodacom Bulls. Marcel Coetzee, there's space to burn outside. If we can just Bismarck, there's no one with him. Van der Vlier's over it, and he's stolen it.
Yeah, Marcos, I think maybe like the kid who fell out the tree. We're just not in it at the moment, are we, Marcos? It's an absolute disaster, but yeah.
Poor decision, I think, there to pick and go with isolated, no numbers. Van der Vlier's gonna, that's his bread and butter, stealing those balls. 17-0 after 18 minutes in Dublin. Leinster have the ball, an opportunity to get themselves out of trouble here via the boots of Johnny Sexton. It's not a great kick from the veteran fly half. Good Bismarck picks it up. There's no one around him except Zach Burger. Van der Vlier just gets so low. He beats Ulrich low to the ball.
There. He's had a great game, hasn't he, so far?
Yep. And James Ryan does a brilliant job getting in front of Ruan Nokia there.
It's that dynamism in full-fledged, Marcos. We're getting a lesson taught here. Come on,
here come Leinster. Skip pass. They go out to Ringrose. Big shots on Ringrose from Marcel.
Yes,
more of that, please. Trying to scrap now the Vodacom Bulls. They need to really fight to stay in this contest. Van der Vlier again. Good tackle from Gerard Steenekamp. He needs to roll out quickly. We cannot afford to give away any more penalties than we already have done. Johnny Sexton goes high. Marosh Tambwe under it. He's safe. He's done very well under the high ball. But again, there's 3 Leinster players to steal it. And somehow the Vodacom Bulls have come away with that penalty.
Yeah, just
thank goodness. I think they were off their feet.
Off their feet there. Yeah, and that's an error by them there, Marcos. It's, we need to get back into this. Come on, boys, come on.
Well, we did see earlier. We saw Benetton fight back against the Stormers, 11 points down to win the game.
Yeah, and Marcus, these European teams have got, they are so well drilled in terms of at the breakdown. They won't give away breakdown penalties. They are so good defensively. They'll roll out quickly. They'll reset, shuffle out. Credit must be given where credit's due for Leinster today.
We need to find our jumpers here. We go deep to Harold Forster. He beats the first man. Van der Vlier misses the tackle. That's a rare occurrence. Here come the Vodacom Bulls on the front foot now. They've got a little bit of space to work with. It's Anu Buerta. Gets over the cross line. Gets the offload to Marcel Coetzee.
It's our time, Marcos.
Again, it's a slow rollout from Leinster. Again, over the advantage line by the Vodacom Bulls. Mornay Smith looking to pick and go around the ruck. He passes it to Waldsteenkamp, who's isolated.
Must roll, man.
Marcel Coetzee with another carry. He's ready, and the arm is out. This is a free play for the boys now. Ulrich Low again. We really need to stamp our authority and flex our muscles here through our pack. Another carry, and he's been lifted potentially beyond the horizontal. That was a tackle on Anu Buerta. Zachberger snipes. Gives the offload. Meters out now the Vodacom Bulls. Zachberger once again. Bismarck du Plessis. Inching forward.
Roll, man, Rev. Come on.
A meter out now, the Vodacom Bulls.
The ruck's a mess, Marcos.
Backline ball. Goosen. Forster. There's nothing there. He gets tackled. We still have possession. Zachberger. There's no one there.
Marosh
beats his man. And the tackle from McGrath. Throws it back inside, and it's almost a try. Cornel Hendricks can't score it.
Razor thin margins, isn't it, Marcos?
Go back to the penalty, I assume. Yeah, we will.
What do you do here? I think we...
we go for the line. We need it.
I don't even know anymore, Marcus. This is...
Beautiful pass from Jan Goosen. Marashtambo gets on the outside, and it's Van der Fleer who prevents a guaranteed try there. Stripping the ball off Corner Hendricks' hands. He was falling over the line. It looks like we're going for post.
Yeah, I think it's the right call, Mark. Let's get some points on the board. Let's reset. Let's get a kick into our hands and let's attack them again.
Oh, I don't know if that's the right call. Oh, I don't know if I would go for that.
Well, Mark,
17-0 down.
Do you know if it was against the Lions, yeah, then I wouldn't like. I'd be very surprised. But this Leicester defense is so tight, and it's a test match. We need to take any points on offer. I think, Marcos.
When you're 17 points down.
Yeah, but we need points on the board. It doesn't look good, Marcos. We need points on the board and get the kickoff into us. And
how much better does 17-3 look, in your opinion?
It looks horrible and terrible, I know, but like still.
Points on the board. Jan Goosen converts, so it's 17-3 now to the Vodacom Bulls. At least we have some purchase or some reward. Good carry from Ulrich Loh. And he got the offroad going. We looked really dangerous. Marosh Tambwe did very well to beat his man. Looks like Hugo Keenan. Oh, and
it's so unlucky.
It raised the margins. Hendricks just needed to dot it down, but Van der Fleer did an exceptional job of making a mess of it. Okay, 17-3 is the score after almost 23 minutes in Dublin.
Okay, let's hopefully we've got some momentum in our hands here, Marcos. Let's go at them now.
Goes Ulrich Loh off the kickoff. We'd like to see some more carries out of him. Beats 2, does very well.
Over the advantage line as per.
Zuckerberger, Mornay Smith. Good carry from the tight head. I'm sure we're going to look to clear with a better angle now. Goosen. It's a good kick from Jan Goosen. Good hang time on it as well. Johnny Sexton has the ball and he goes into contact. Gets the offroad going. Here comes Low. Leinster not quite playing with the shape that they had a few minutes ago.
Yeah. They really are trying to avoid rucks, aren't they, Marcos?
Yeah. Now the ball's been slowed down, and I think they're gonna box kick here as McGraw. He does. Davy Krill does a very good job at the back to clean up there. It's so tight, isn't it? I mean, every ruck you start worrying. Walt Steenkamp carries.
But this is what it's about, Marcos. This is what we need.
What we need is to clear our lines, I think. Right now, through the boot of Zuckerberger. Clears.
Big chase. Come on, boys.
Big chase required from the outside backs of Vodacom Bulls. Good
Mate.
shot.
Yes,
Lionel,
boys.
Mapu and Cornel Hendricks working in tandem.
Is counter good?
And he's out.
Come on.
Leinster is out, and the Vodacom Bulls will have a line out in Leinster territory. That is the perfect result from that box kick from Zuckerberger. Pinpoint accurate. This is an underrated weapon in his arsenal. It's pinpoint accurate box kicking and a beautiful chase from Lionel Mapu and Cornel Hendricks. They make a mess of it, tackle him tight to the touchline and put him out.
Yeah, Mr. Reliable isn't Zuckerberger. He's another guy who's slowly but surely making us realize that you can put your house on him to not make any mistakes, to just do the right thing, to make the right decisions at the right times, and again does well in the chases and Cornel Hendricks, the outside backs, and Arnold also being involved there. Marcus, that was beautiful to watch.
And I think it's always been the flair of Zuckerberger that's made him a household name at the Greek, was now at the Vodacom Bulls. But it's really the fundamentals and the basics that he does so well that makes him such a vital cog in our team.
Yeah.
Bismarck du Plessis must find his jumpers, making his Vodacom Bulls debut at the ripe age of 37. Walt Steenkamp. Zuckerberger, backline ball. Here comes Lionel Mapu. Big carry from Marcel Coetzee. Gets over the advantage line. It's slowed down, and it's an offside penalty against Leinster. Zuckerberger takes it quickly.
I like that. Let's go. Chicken wing.
Lionel Mapu to clean up.
Winnie the Pooh.
It's a high shot from James Ryan. Zuckerberger. Mapu. Good unders line there from, it looks like Marcel Coetzee. Ball's been slow. It's a knock on. It's a knock on there.
They're stifling us, aren't they? Yeah. It's tough to watch, but at least we're getting some momentum behind us, Marcos. I think the momentum shift has come our way finally. We just need to capitalize. I know we've got 3 points on the board. We need to capitalize now. Big scrum here. Mornay, Smith, Gerry need to put their heads down. We need to, milk these guys. Try and get a penalty off the scrum, off their ball.
It was Ulrich Loh, and it was just almost a headbutt from, of course, accidental from Andrew Porter. Yeah, tucks with the head. Just a face clash there, and Porter's come off second best, and We all know Ulrich has a serious melon on him.
Yeah. and Port's going to get, it's going to be a blood replacement. I'm sure he'll be back. He's had a good game. The try scorer.
Yeah, he's been impressive.
And that's a proper. I can't believe that. Jeez. Yeah, they're just so dynamic, aren't they? Every single play, you just see they are so mobile. They're so fit. It's just pure. It's pure sports science gone wild.
But with the powerhouse that is Andrew Porter off, big opportunity here at scrum time to potentially get under the head of the new scrummager, the new open side for Morne Smith, and I think he's very excited to get his corp in there.
Yeah, let's see now. This is a big scrum. Interested to see if they'll try to get this ball out quickly or if they'll try to get a penalty off this. I doubt they would.
Big opportunity for the Vodacom Bulls here. We'll have a reset. Morne Smith will be so eager to get involved and work on the replacement loose head burn. Got to imagine with Bismarck there as well, that adds another slab of concrete really in the front row. It's another good scrummaging hooker.
Definitely, and we're blessed at hooker, aren't we? In the front row, we are so blessed at the Bulls.
You've got a guy like Joe Van Sale on the bench who's really come on leaps and bounds in the Colin Curry Cup.
And Jan Henry Wessels not even on the bench, he's so good.
Johan Grobelaar with the Springboks, Skalk Erasmus.
Yeah.
Leinster take it out of the scrum and they're looking to attack. James Lowe puts it on the inside to Luke McGrath. He beats Goosen.
My goodness.
He's into our 22-meter line. Davy Kriel makes a good tackle, but he offloads to Doris. Van der Vlier catches, and a brilliant offload. But it's gone forward. Thank goodness for that. The offload, just as the Vodacom Bulls were backpedaling, defense at 6s and 7s.
How rapid is McGrath, Marcus?
My goodness.
Jeez.
Set piece move, commits Goosen, goes back on the inside.
My goodness, swimming on the hips.
David Kriel, brilliant tackle on an island.
Great tackle.
One-on-one had to be made. Goes back to Doris. Look at Van der Vlier, but that's about a mile offside. Mile forward, I mean.
Yeah.
More forward than a 19-year-old at a Cougar convention.
What was that? Send your comments in. Let us know if you like that comment by Marcus. Big scrum here. Let's try and make a penalty here. I think we can, We've got a strong. We get it tight to the Morne Smith side. It's going to be a reset.
Zuckerberg feeds, and the penalty goes to the Vodacom Bulls. That's a big moment there. First time the Vodacom Bulls pack has really stamped their authority on the game. I don't want to say momentum shift, but we're certainly a lot more in the game now than we were, say, 20 minutes ago when we were completely under the pump.
Completely so, Marcus. I couldn't agree more. 20 minutes so we weren't. It was a practice game for Leinster, wasn't it?
Leinster has gone out. That is an exceptional touch finder from Johan Goosen. Simply sublime. Deep into Leinster territory. That's exactly what you want from your fly half. James Lowe did everything he could to keep this ball in. Yeah.
Oh, he did well.
Did well, but his foot was on the ground as he caught it. He catches, and it's razor thin, but I think his stud is kissing the touchline there. Bismarck du Plessis, Springbok legend. Goes to Volt again. That's been the safe bet. Zuckerberg opting not to go for a maul, Vodacom Bulls. Trying to uncork their backline. Here they go. David Kriel looking to beat his first man.
He's been good, Davey. He's been the shining light in this dark tunnel we've been watching, Marcus. Jeez. Here we go. Zach Berger.
Bit of space out wide if they can get it going. Anu Berta offloads to Goosen.
Let's go, Goose. Let's go, Goose.
He beats the line. It's a half gap. Can't quite capitalise. The arm is out. Again, Leinster putting their hands on the ball at breakdown. Big carry now. Morne Smith. Here come the Vodacom Bulls. Here come the boys we know on the charge. Lionel Mapu. That's not the most forgiving pass, but he does well to hang on to it. Lost a lot of the rhythm that we had earlier, and we'll go back for the penalty.
Mark, I think Barlow too, boy.
No, I think
Again.
you've got to go post now. You've committed to it. You've got to go post.
Wow, what a game. But like, at least we've come back into it, Marcus. At the beginning, I thought
Going for the line. Big call. Johan Goosen going for the line. I like it.
I also like it.
Anu Botha did very well to get the offload away, and then Johan Goosen, he spots a gap. Ala Latoa, and it looks like Doris make a gang tackle. That would have been a try for Johan Goosen under the bar if they don't hang on to his jersey.
Okay, here we go.
Do we see the much vaunted Vodacom Bulls maul off the back of this line out here? I would assume so. I'd like to see it. We haven't tried to implement it too much in the first 31 minutes.
I think 4-ball, Ruan Nokia, surely we set it up.
Back to Volt Steenkamp, and there's the maul. Here we go. Tighten the screws, boys.
First good counter shove by
Bismarck has
Leinster,
back.
but now we're going.
Let's use it once. One more opportunity to push forward. Unsuccessful. Goosen steps and goes. Does very well to pump the legs. And it's slowing down. That should be a penalty in and of itself. Ulrich Loh, big carry from him. Takes 2 to bring him down. Zachberger, Leinster bank on that defense, don't they?
Oh, they do, don't they?
Again, it's slowed down. Zachberger looking for Anu Botha. He's a willing carrier always. Zachberger. Goosen. David Creel looking for the big pass out to Maros Tambwe. Beats his first man.
Maros!
Still going. Isolated, but the reinforcements come. Gerard Steenkamp. We'd like to see him carry a little bit more as the contest goes on. Zachberger. Ruan Nokia. Isolated massively.
Oh,
Morne
Smith
Smith.
does well there.
Exceptional work from Morne Smith. Here comes Bismarck du Plessis down the blind side. Sideline to sideline of Vodacom Bulls right now. They need a little bit of direction. It's a good carry from Ulrich Loh. David Creel plays scrum off. Back to David Creel. Over the advantage line. Here come the Vodacom Bulls again. Zachberger going through the phases. 10 of them. 11 of them now. Zachberger again. Johan Goosen.
Big carry.
Anu Botha. Massive carry from Anu Botha. Berger again. There's no numbers down there. Goose sells the dummy and goes himself. And the arm is out. Advantage. Free play. Morne Smith on the carry. Good
Big
drive
carry.
from the tight head. Zachberger. Ruan Nokia. There's space
Let's
up
go now,
wide
boys.
for Goosen. Can't get it going. Lionel Mapu still has it. Offload. Bismarck.
Maros Tambwe!
Someone's going to score it.
Maros Tambwe!
Maros Tambwe scores the try. Yes.
Let's go, baby!
Bismarck du Plessis.
Maros
Beautiful
Tambwe.
hands.
Chocolate Superman, Marcos. Half man, half amazing. What it do? Let's go.
That could not have come at a better time. Vodacom
My
Bulls
goodness,
really needed
Marcos.
that. 33 minutes in, Vodacom Bulls score their first try. It's going to be reviewed, it looks like. Beautiful finish from Maros Tambwe. He's done really well in the opening 33 minutes. Great in the air. He's finished well. Always beats his first man.
Yeah, and I'm loving how up the intensity here, Marcos. We really, like, they shocked us a bit, but now we're just matching that intensity. And, you know, that defense is strong, isn't it, Marcos? How we said, it's going to be a defensive display today. The best defense will win this game, for sure.
The handling was sublime from Bismarck, but we're going to have a look at the potential knock-on from Ulrich Loh here. That's a knock-on from Ulrich Loh. He knocked it into the Leinster defender. The try will not stand. It's been wiped out.
Are we going to go back for the penalty, though,
Should
surely?
go back for the penalty.
Score is 17-3 to Leinster in Dublin. 33 minutes in.
Going back for the penalty. Vodacom Bulls really need a try before the end of this half. Make it a one-score game going into the tunnel. That would be crucial.
Yeah, I think now, Marcos, we have to just go for the line now. It's 7 minutes. We need to get, if we can go and, you know, if we can get a try.
Yeah. Have to. Been a few back-to-back penalties stacking up for Leinster in the red zone. I wouldn't be surprised if the ref starts thinking about going for the cheese. Gonna tap and go from Ulrich Loh.
That's what I like to see.
Love to see it. Here he goes. Puts the head down. Big carry. Oh, and he knocks it.